Beginning today's session, grounding into the four corners of our feet in Tadasana. On the inhale, we are going to reach up with a slight back bend, and on the exhale, we are going to swan dive, releasing into a forward fold. Hands on the shin, flat back, looking forward. Release that again, and inhale. Slowly rolling up through the spine, rolling the shoulders back a few times. And beginning again, inhale, reach up, slight bend in the back, exhale, release that forward, just kind of hanging there. And again, inhale, flat back, hands on the shins, release, exhale, inhale, flat back, and release, exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back into our plank position. And moving forward onto the tops of the feet into our upward facing dog, quads activated, looking over the left and right shoulders, getting that spine moving. And on the inhale, we're going to come up into our downward facing dog, lifting your right leg, three-legged dog. We're going to bring the right knee to the right elbow and then just send that right back up to the sky. Bending at the knee, flexing the foot, looking over your left shoulder. Your gaze finding your right foot and then moving it back in line with the hips. We're going to open up those hips, doing a couple of hip circles here before we bring our foot back towards the sky. This time we're going to bring our foot all the way through, making sure to really ground and stabilize ourselves. Back leg is facing forward as we get into this revolved warrior. Shoulders away from the ears, arms parallel to the floor. Increasing that rotation, we're going to bring our hands to prayer position. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee or quad, looking towards the sky, and then extending the arms straight before we release that. Readjusting the back foot so that it's facing out and getting into a warrior two, transitioning left arm behind the back, right arm above the head, peaceful warrior, cartwheel arms back to the floor, right arm goes right back up to the sky and comes back down to the mat to meet the left, walking out in that downward facing dog. Really stretching the calves and hamstrings here before we exhale deeply into this beautiful upward facing dog. Again, looking over the left and the right shoulder to really awaken that spine. And get that body moving. Now pressing back into our downward facing dog. We're going to do that again on the left side. So left leg shoots up towards the sky. Left knee comes through, bending to meet the left elbow before sending it right back up. This time we're going to bend the left leg, flexing the foot, looking over the right side, gaze meets the right foot, and then we're going to release that, hips forward, working on our hip circles here. The leg comes up one more time before we bring it all the way through to the top of the mat, cartwheeling our arms, back leg facing forward, revolved warrior, shoulders away from the ears, breathing into this. Hands come to prayer, right elbow finds the left knee as we increase that rotation, arms extend, looking up towards the sky. Breathing into this, cartwheeling the arms again, making sure that the back foot is facing out in our warrior two, transitioning into a gentle back bend in a peaceful warrior. And then again, cartwheeling our arms back down to meet the mat. Left leg gets sent right back up and then meets the right foot on the mat, walking out that downward facing dog, finding ourselves in this peaceful moment to just open up our bodies, waking up our back muscles and core in this bear pose, Relaxing the top of the feet onto the mat, coming up, taking a big inhale, letting that go, hands finding our heels, and relaxing into a nice camel pose, opening up that spine before transitioning over into a child's pose, taking a couple of breaths here and just finding yourself in the moment. From here, we're going to get into a tabletop position. Right leg is going to come straight out, parallel with the hips, rocking a little bit to warm up the inner thigh muscles before we get into a one-legged child's pose. From here, we're going to tent the fingers and walk over to the left side, getting a nice little side stretch incorporated into this one-legged child's pose, bringing it back to the center of the mat, back up into tabletop, releasing your right leg, getting ready to do that again on the left side. So left leg is parallel, left foot completely flat on the floor, shifting your hips back into child's pose, neck relaxed, and then tenting the fingers, this time walking your hands over to the right side, breathing deeply into this side stretch. Coming back to center and back into tabletop, releasing the legs, getting some nice cat and cow movements, working in our spine, tucking the toes and hopping back into a downward facing dog. This time we're going to be stepping the left foot forward to find our warrior two position, and then bringing both feet forward. We're getting into a wide-legged forward fold, rotating. So we're going to have left foot on the floor, right facing the sky, and then alternating right hand on the floor, left hand facing towards the sky. Head follows whichever hand is floating up. Really opening up that spine. Coming back up, exhaling deeply now towards the right, warrior two. Hands to mat, right leg comes back into a three-legged dog, and we're opening up those hips some more with some hip circles. Right foot meets the left foot on the mat, pedaling out, left leg goes into a three-legged dog, and then rotating more to open up those hips. Left foot meets the right on the mat as we come through to a plank position, and then relax the knees onto the mat, untuck your toes. We're going to bring the left foot up, shoulder height, into a lizard, pushing out at the knee. Inside of the left foot coming up. And then we will, hands to prayer, come into a low lunge with cactus arms. Then reaching back, we are going to incorporate a quad stretch as well. Left hand grabs the right foot or ankle. Right arm comes up in Gyan Mudra to increase our mental clarity and focus today. King Arthur's pose, releasing, big exhale, and coming back into a child's pose. Beautiful job. Finding our breath again as we get ready to set up for lizard pose on the right side. Again, pushing out that right hip, really opening it up, rotating the shoulders, opening up the chest. Hands come to prayer towards the sky and open up into a beautiful cactus arm. This time, right hand reaches back for the left foot, outside of the left foot, and left arm reaches up towards the sky. Really focusing on that balance here. Beautiful. And again, release with a nice big exhale. pushing our hips back into this beautiful child's pose. Once again, finding our breath, tenting our fingers, walking them over to the left side so we get a nice stretch on the right side body, coming back to center, taking a breath here, and then walking over to the right side to get that deep stretch on the left side body. And I just want to say thank you to all who are watching. I hope this brings some peace and movement into your hardworking day. Now we're going to release from that child's pose, and you're just going to move yourself around until you come into a seated position. I'm just going to adjust myself to the side that I like. Straightening the left leg, we're going to bring the right knee to the chest and then bring it over to the opposite side, hands up towards the sky, exhaling deeply into the spinal twist, then inhaling up, exhaling and rotating to the alternate side. Inhale again and release that bind. Coming into a much needed forward fold before we get to the other side. Now bringing the left knee to the chest and crossing it over. Inhale up, exhale, twisting to the left, making sure our chest is open and straight. Inhale up, exhale, releasing to the right side. Breathing deeply into this and getting ourselves ready, both legs straight, for our final forward fold of today. I hope this flow was able to give you guys the movement and release that you need throughout your busy and hard work days. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you guys again next time.